Hey history lovers, welcome back. Today, we re-diving deep into the story of one of history's most influential power couples, Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile. Forget what you think you know, because their story is more than just a simple tale of marriage and monarchy. It's a saga of ambition, political genius, and the dramatic birth of a nation we now call Spain. So, was Ferdinand truly the first king of a united Spain? And how did this dynamic duo lay the foundation for a global empire? Let's unravel the secrets behind the Catholic monarchs. Before Ferdinand and Isabella, the Iberian Peninsula was a patchwork of rival kingdoms. The two largest and most powerful were the Crown of Castile, ruled by Isabella, and the Crown of Aragon, inherited by Ferdinand. These weren't just neighboring territories, they were distinct realms with their own laws, languages, and identities. Castile was a vast, unified kingdom focused on its internal strength and its long-standing conflict with the remaining Muslim stronghold of Granada. Aragon, on the other hand, was a maritime confederation, a thalassocracy, with territories scattered across the Mediterranean, including Sicily and Sardinia. Their worlds were different, their ambitions were different, and their path to unity was anything but guaranteed. The year 1469 marks a pivotal moment. Ferdinand, the dashing heir to Aragon, and Isabella, the determined claimant to the Castilian throne, decided to marry. This wasn't just a love match. It was a calculated political masterstroke. Isabella, who had to fight a civil war to secure her crown, saw an alliance with Aragon as a way to consolidate her power. Ferdinand, a shrewd and pragmatic ruler, recognized that uniting with Castile's immense resources and manpower was the key to creating a dominant force in Europe. Their marriage contract, the Concord of Segovia, was a brilliant piece of negotiation. It established that they would rule their respective kingdoms jointly, but that each territory would retain its own laws and institutions. It was a personal union, not a political merger, least not yet. Their famous motto, Tonto Monte, Monte Tonto, which translates to they amount to the same, perfectly symbolized their partnership of equals. With their marriage securing a powerful alliance, Ferdinand and Isabella turned their attention to a shared goal that would define their reign, the Reconquista. For centuries, Christian kingdoms in the north had fought to reclaim territory from the Muslim states in the south. The last remaining bastion was the Emirate of Granada. The Granada War, which lasted a decade, was not just a military campaign, it was a unifying national project. Ferdinand's military strategy, combined with Castile's resources and the religious fervor of the era, proved unstoppable. The final victory in 1492, when they triumphantly entered the city of Granada, was a monumental event. It marked the end of nearly 800 years of Muslim rule on the peninsula and was a powerful symbol of their joint success. It was in this moment of triumph that the Pope bestowed upon them the title the Catholic monarchs, cementing their image as defenders of the faith. But 1492 is famous for another reason, isn't it? While wrapping up the Reconquista, Isabella made a decision that would change the world forever. She agreed to fund the voyage of a determined Genoese navigator named Christopher Columbus. Ferdinand was initially skeptical, more focused on European politics, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. Columbus's arrival in the Americas opened up a new world, unleashing a torrent of wealth, resources, and unforeseen consequences. This discovery catapulted Spain from a European power to the world's first global empire. The gold and silver flowing from the Americas would fund Spain's armies, fuel its ambitions, and reshape the global economy for centuries to come. The era of Spanish dominance had begun, all bankrolled by a gamble taken in the same year their domestic unification was symbolically completed. To manage their expanding realms, Ferdinand and Isabella implemented a series of sweeping reforms. They were all about centralizing power. They curbed the influence of the powerful, often rebellious, nobility and established a more professional, centralized bureaucracy. They created the Santa Hermandad, a kind of national police force, to bring law and order to the countryside, making the roads safer and commerce more reliable. They also standardized coinage and reformed the tax system. However, their drive for unity also had a dark side. The establishment of the Spanish Inquisition in 1478 was designed to enforce religious orthodoxy. This led to the persecution of conversos Jews and Muslims who had converted to Christianity but were suspected of secretly practicing their old faiths. In 1492, the same year of victory and discovery, they issued the Alhambra Decree, expelling all practicing Jews from their kingdoms. These actions, while creating a religiously homogeneous state, came at a tremendous human cost and resulted in a significant cultural and intellectual loss for Spain. So, let's circle back to our big question. Was Ferdinand the first king of Spain? Technically, no. The political and legal fusion of Castile and Aragon into a single state called Spain wouldn't happen until the early 18th century. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled their kingdoms concurrently. However, in practice, they laid every single stone in the foundation of modern Spain. Through their marriage, their joint military campaigns, their shared political ambitions, and their creation of common institutions, they forged a shared Spanish identity. Ferdinand, in particular, outlived Isabella by 12 years, serving as regent of Castile and continuing to guide the ship of state. His diplomatic cunning and political foresight, which earned him the admiration of Machiavelli, ensured that the union he and Isabella had built would endure. He was the architect, the strategist, the man who saw the bigger picture. When we look back, the legacy of Ferdinand and Isabella is immense and complex. They united a fractured land, sponsored the discovery of a new continent, and created a global empire. They centralized power, modernized their state, and forged a national identity. But their reign also ushered in an era of religious intolerance and colonial expansion that had devastating consequences. They were, without a doubt, one of history's most effective ruling partnerships. Ferdinand wasn't just the King of Aragon. He was the co-founder of a new global power. He and Isabella didn't just rule kingdoms, they created the very idea of Spain. Their story is a powerful reminder of how the vision and ambition of two individuals can change the course of history forever. What do you think? Was their pursuit of unity worth the cost? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's always fascinating to hear your perspectives. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next historical deep dive. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.